Well, good morning, everyone. I hope you're enjoying a great start to the day. This morning's highlight is going to take us back to the book of Job, chapters 29 and 30. And what's interesting about the book of Job is that it's a series of conversational back and forth situations between Job and his best friends. But these two chapters are really him continuing to speak for a longer period of time. In chapter 29, he rehearses all the things that he used to be, what people used to come to him for, how people used to seek his wisdom, and if he said it, it was golden, and they just followed it because he was such a trusted, wise counselor. And then when tragedy strikes, his words didn't necessarily change, but people stopped seeking him for advice. It's almost as if because tragedy struck your life, you're not worthy to listen to or to ask any hard questions. And so they didn't. In fact, it was even worse than that. In chapter 30, Job noted that the people, the foolish people, the lowest of society mocked him, laughed at him, and no one listened to him anymore. He had really nothing to offer them because his life was no longer a life of success. It was a life of tragedy and despair. And so they just didn't value his opinion. And in all of that, it's interesting. Job and all of that, in fact, chapter 30, verse number 13, as he closes out the verse, he says, and there's no one to help them. They have no one to help. And you think about it, Job has so many other things to be thinking about, yet the thing that sticks out to him is that the people that needed his counsel no longer seek his counsel, so they really don't have anyone there for them. And whether your circumstance is God-ordained sovereignty or it's foolishness caused brokenness, it doesn't really matter. What happens is people see how we live our lives and they determine whether or not they're going to listen to us. Job used to be a man of success and great blessings, and he shared those with everyone. And then he's this guy who has nothing they need. He can't even help himself. And so they stop listening and they have no one to help. So consider that for a moment. God is using us to help people, whether we know it or not, whether we realize it or not. And so it puts a lot of pressure on us to seek the Lord each day for the strength to handle the circumstances of the day. Right now, people are looking to us, the believers, to see how we're going to behave. And if we're behaving in fear, if we're behaving in panic or making sudden knee-jerk reactions to every single circumstance, instead of trusting the Lord and staying faithful to Him, well, then we're not going to have anything to offer them. We need to be the faithful. We need to be strong. Job was concerned about what would happen to others. And I hope that's your concern today, is that others would have a place to turn and they would see that you are turning to the Lord, and that would be a help to them. Job's main consideration in all of it was that the people that were mocking him had no one to help them. And so consider that today as you go about your day. Is your trouble really that bad that you can't find it in your heart to consider other people? No one that I know has gone through the extent of Job's losses. And so I'm imagining that we could have the same heart as Job if we try. So call out to the Lord and ask Him for help today, that you might be the kind of person that could be used by Him to bless others. I hope that's an encouragement to you today. Have a blessed day.